Hi everybody! Happy Monday. This is Sufia and it's week 55 and this week we're talking about shots and dosages and anniversaries and everything to do with shots. So my partner has been on T for, it'll be 5 months at the beginning of August. And that's actually gone by really quickly. I remember watching videos and reading about partners' experiences and trans guys' experiences before my partner started and thinking what a long time 5 months or 6 months was, and it's gone by really fast. So we live in a pretty small, relatively, I guess a small town in the South, and it's a little bit of a self-proclaimed progressive bubble in the South, and so it's relatively queer friendly and trans friendly, and so there's a moderately large trans community here in town. So we have at our county health department a pretty accessible health clinic for trans folks, which is awesome for accessibility purposes and making that available to people who can't afford healthcare otherwise. So my partner goes there, and really the whole thing was a really fast process. They went to the clinic to ask some questions, make an appointment, talk to someone, did the intake process with someone who is actually a trans man as well, and found that to be a really comfortable process and really welcoming and that kind of thing, and saw a doctor, and then within, I don't know, a few weeks, a month, we're starting T. So it was really fast and really accessible, which was awesome. So this doctor in town, she accidentally started treating trans patients, I'll say, because she was just practicing at the health clinic, and then one of her regular patients was talking to her about transitioning and wanting to do that, and wanted her to help him do that. And so she just started doing a ton of research, and they kind of dove in together and just started doing it. So she was a little uncomfortable at first, and then has become the leading trans doctor in town, or really in this area, I would say. And so that's who my partner sees. And so she started my partner on shots every 2 weeks, doing intermuscular shots, so in the muscle, meaning it can be like in the arm or in the butt, but it's a little bit deeper than other shots. So doing intermuscular shots every 2 weeks at 0.5 cc's, which is a pretty low dose, but she, is just being careful, and she thinks that it's better to have patients start really slow and kind of work up. So she did that with my partner for, I think, 3 shots, so about a month and a half, almost 2 months. And then they switched to every week doing shots. So the dosage then, now it's 0.4 cc's every week. And so what's kind of cool is that my partner is actually the first person in this clinic to do subcutaneous shots, meaning right below the surface of the skin, so they don't have to be as deep. And I guess she's been reading a lot of research about how you don't need to do intermuscular shots, and she wanted to kind of move in that direction, and thought that my partner would be a really good candidate for that because my partner actually has type 1 diabetes and takes insulin shots. So my partner's really used to injecting themselves with insulin on a daily basis, and so the doctor thought that would be a good idea to try. And so that's what's happening. And it's going really well. So my partner gives himself the shots every week. And at first was going to the clinic to get shots, but now does it individually. And yeah, so Tuesday is shot day. And the way that looks at our house is my partner just kind of takes some time to center. So this whole process and transition is really a part of my partner's spiritual process, I guess I'll say. Both of us have pretty solid spiritual practices, and this is just another way that that's manifesting for my partner. And so every Tuesday They just kind of burn some sage, take some time to clear their mind and ready their body, ready their spirit for receiving the testosterone and the changes that will come with that. And just bringing some consciousness to that whole process. And so that's totally a solo thing. My partner does that alone and does that every morning or every Tuesday morning before taking the shot. And then goes off to work. And it's just a normal day. It's a normal Tuesday. And so we talked a lot about what was going to happen and if there was going to be like a big rush, because we both read about how some folks experience a big rush of, I don't know if it's adrenaline or a T rush of some sort, but that hasn't happened for my partner. They've talked about not feeling that. They've kind of been on the lookout for it. Haven't felt that. I don't notice anything on my end that is super irregular, behavior-wise. I will say, though, it's kind of bizarre, but I have noticed that, so Tuesday is shot day, and then maybe Thursday or Friday, a couple days after the shot, I will have noticed that my partner's hair is starting to come in on the side, and like mustache and beard hair, chin hair, and chest hair, and that's been kind of light, and it's getting darker slowly. But what I've noticed is that within a couple days after taking a shot, it seems like the hair is so much darker, or like some physical change happens really quickly a couple days after the shot. So I don't know if it's just my perception or if it's really happening or what's going on with that, but that's the only thing that I've noticed around shot day. I would say my partner's sex drive is about the same. It's pretty solid. I would say their mood's pretty solid. And actually that's something that we talked about as well. My partner mentioned that doing the shots every 2 weeks felt a little bit unstable sometimes, because there would be, so they noticed like increased energy and just feeling good in general, and increased sex drive and that kind of thing. And then after about a week and a half or so, there was kind of a lull and kind of a drop is what they experienced. And there would be kind of this cycle of taking the shot, and then after about a week and a half, it kind of drop off again. Whereas taking a shot every week, they haven't noticed that at all. They feel pretty solid. And, we were talking actually today about my partner not menstruating anymore and not experiencing those hormonal fluctuations throughout the month associated with menstruating. And realizing just that they're feeling pretty solid all the time, pretty stable in mood all the time. So something of note, I guess. And let's see, what else? Anniversaries. So my partner hasn't really wanted to celebrate anniversaries. It's not been something they've really expressed wanting to do, so we haven't done that. But like I said, they've been on T for 5 months now, so we are coming up on the 6-month mark. And I think there'll be some celebration for that, because we actually are both making some huge changes in our lives, and our life collectively, and I think it'll be a good time to celebrate that. We are both quitting our jobs at the end of August and taking a huge across-the-country road trip, going to see lots of friends and camping a lot and that kind of thing, and then we're moving. So that'll be a huge change for us, and going from office jobs to who knows what. And so that's a big transition for our married life, our partnership. And then also as individuals, we're making lots of changes around that. So I think a 6-month transition mark will be a good complement to that. And so I'm sure there'll be some celebration around then. So I'll have to report back about what happens with that. But as of right now, we don't really celebrate it. It's not something that my partner really wants to do. This is just kind of life, I think, is the way they're taking it. And it just going with it. So yeah, so that is basically the how shots work for my partner. And if you have any questions, feel free to send them to me. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.